Hello everyone, Adrienne here. So today I am doing a very exciting absinthe review. I deeply apologize if you hear any background noise. I will try to eliminate any sound as much as I can during post-production and editing and all that good stuff. They're currently mowing the lawn outside my apartment complex and it's kind of noisy, and I'm really hoping that my allergies don't flare up because I don't do very well with cut grass, unfortunately. So today we're doing a very special absinthe review. We are reviewing I Fiori del Mare, which is an Italian absinthe that has been very highly reviewed since it came out a few months ago. I kind of held off on purchasing it, but then I got a raise at work recently, so I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna get it because this sounds incredible. And before we get too far into this review, I did want to make a little announcement. So my next operatic concert is scheduled and set. It's going to be on July 12th at the Rendezvous Jewel Box Theater in Seattle. And the show will start at 6 p.m. The doors open at 5, and I'll be having some guest performers, including my violinist friend Andy Wickel, and my baritone that I had last year, Casey Reha, and a new performer. His name is Tim Keller, and he's an amazing tenor. He's going to be singing a solo. So this entire show is going to be dedicated to my favorite composer, Gaetano Donizetti, and I'm really, really excited to put a show like this together. I've been wanting to do a show like this since forever because his music changed my life and was the whole reason why I wanted to be an opera singer. So he's a really big deal. If you are in the Seattle area around that time, I would love to see you there. And I will leave a link to buy tickets in the description below. All right, so on to the absinthe that we're going to be reviewing today. I'm so excited. Oh my God. I am tempted to read the Italian description, but unfortunately I'm not fluent in Italian. It takes a little bit of studying and practice for me to nail it, so because I don't want to be here all day, I will read the description in English. Dive into the depths of a unique absinthe where floral freshness merges with the unmistakable essence of the sea. That already caught my attention when I was first hearing about this absinthe. The Flowers of the Sea is a sensory journey capturing the aroma of select ingredients that evoke marine flavors, masterfully balanced with delicate floral notes. Oh, God, this sounds so good. Perfect when enjoyed with cold water as per tradition. Thank you. It offers a refreshing and innovative experience. Unleash the spirit, explore the mystery, dare the unheard. Ooh. As you can tell, I'm really, really excited about this. So those of you who know me know that I absolutely love roses. I am such a slut for roses, whether I am smelling them, looking at them, or just enjoying them in general. Even if I'm eating them in some form or another, I just love it. I just love roses. And I also very much enjoy any kind of thalassic kind of flavors. So, for example, I am a really big fan of raw oysters. Shocking, right? So I'm really, really, really excited to see what this is going to be like. When I read the description on their website, they said it was made with rose petals as well as sea fennel and seaweed. So while I haven't tried sea fennel yet, I'm really excited to see how that will play with this particular absinthe. And obviously, I love anything with rose petals. So I'm super, super excited to try this. And I had a really good introduction to the Italian absinthe market when I tried L'Italienne and La Montagneuse as Italian absinthes. Those were absolutely incredible. So I'm very encouraged by the trend so far in the Italian absinthe market that I have seen in the last couple of years. And I'm hoping that this will be no different, if not better. Just from the description alone and from what I've heard, it seems like this will make it to my top 5. We'll see. So, enough chit-chat. Let's go ahead and reposition the camera, and we will get to reviewing I Fiori del Mare. All right, we are getting ready to prepare a glass of Fiori del Mare. And just to show you guys, I have not broken into this seal. It is still completely sealed. I just took the little sticker thing off that Essenza Originale puts on their bottles when they ship them out. That's all I have done to break this guy open. That is it. All right, let's see if we can take a little naughty sniff of this. Oh my god. That smells incredible. Very rich and a little salty, but I'm not necessarily mad about that. All right, let's go ahead and check it out. Poured it a little bit past the marker on the glass, but that's okay. So already the color is really nice. It's kind of like, it's a touch lighter than I would typically prefer for an absinthe, but it's crystal clear, it's gorgeous, there is no trace of sediment or anything icky in there, so they did a really good job on coloration. So for color, I am going to give that 4 stars. Definitely typical for a traditional absinthe, but it's not like intense and jewel-like as I usually like it. All right, so now we're going to prepare our glass of Fiori del Mare with the ice-cold water. Whoa, that was a little too fast. I recently deep cleaned my fountain, so the flow was a little more than I was initially expecting. Sorry about that. So already I'm seeing the oils coming out of suspension. That's a really good sign. And the louche is starting to form here. And this glass is new to my collection. It is called an East glass. And apparently this design comes from the eastern region of France. And this is a reproduction. This is not an original. So very fast louche. I'm really liking what's happening in the glass. Little hints of like sea green and minty colors. Just a tiny little hint of gold. The louche is really, really intense and I'm very excited about that. A little more of the aromas coming through, but obviously we'll get to that later. Wow. At a pretty much like 1-on-1 ratio, it is completely louched. That is impressive. Oh, that smells so, oh my god, that smells so good, guys. I can definitely smell the rose petals coming through. Wow. The clear line is still hanging at the top, but also I am hesitant to overwater this. We can always add more to it, we can't take water away. We're almost there. This is completely opaque. Wow. This is very impressive. Also, you guys may or may not have noticed, but I have a new table on my set. I actually got this on Facebook Marketplace for a really, really good steal. And it fits with my decor perfectly. Love the size too, it's great. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. Wow, that is something. So the louche is beautiful. A little bit more color does come through post louche, so that's a little surprising. So for the louche, I am gonna give that 5 stars because it's incredibly opaque, it's multi-dimensional, has a beautiful sea green tint that I love. But yes, that is incredibly opaque for a ratio of 1:3. Wow, very impressive. So I'm gonna go ahead and reposition the camera, and we are going to evaluate the aroma, the louche, and the mouthfeel and give our final thoughts. So excited. All right, we are going to try our glass of Fiori del Mare. I'm so excited for this. Oh my god, I am very pleasantly surprised by the louche. It is better than I was expecting it to be. Not that I was expecting it was going to be a bad louche necessarily, but I was very pleasantly surprised by the sea green quality that it has. It's so pretty. All right, we're gonna go in for a sniff and see what's up here. Ooh. Wow. Oh my god, that is a romantic walk on a beach with a rose garden nearby in a glass. Oh my god, that smells really good. I'm definitely getting the rose petals coming through, and I'm definitely getting the salty little notes coming through from the sea fennel. Cool. Loving it. And then as I take a little deeper of a sniff, I'm definitely getting the Holy Trinity in there, the little bite of wormwood. Okay, you guys may think I'm weird, but as far as like generally known offensive odors are concerned, I honestly don't mind the smell of low tide. Have I smelled worse things? Absolutely. But I guess in my brain I associate the smell of low tide with being by the sea, so I don't necessarily think of it as a bad smell. Now, people also think I'm weird for not liking the smell of freshly cut grass, but I am highly allergic to freshly cut grass, so automatically when I smell it, I associate it with something bad, and people look at me weird and they're just like, what are you talking about? Freshly cut grass is amazing. I'm like, no, it makes my throat swell up. Stop. It's really bad. I hate having severe airborne allergies. It's the worst. But this is incredibly pleasant. This is a fantasy come true. Ooh, that's so good. So for aroma, I am going to give that 5 stars. Wow. All right, moment of truth. We're going to taste it. Ah, I'm so excited. Okay. All right, get yourself together, Adrian. My God. All right, we're going in for a taste, and oh my God, this smells so good. Okay, so as always, à votre santé, and please drink responsibly. Oh my God. Okay. Wow, that changes. Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. You first get the Holy Trinity of absinthe, which you absolutely should be getting with a traditionally formulated absinthe. But then in the aftertaste, you get that breath of, you know how in some really good absinthes that I really enjoy, I say it's like a breath of fresh, like winter air? This is a breath of fresh sea air, which is my all-time favorite. And you get that breath of fresh sea air, you can definitely get that finish of like the seaweed happening in there, and then you get that breath of rose petals on top of the fresh sea air. That is amazing. I think I might want to add just a little bit more water to it though, because I think it doesn't quite have enough, but we'll see. Yeah, just a little more water, just to see. Again, like we say, we would much rather underwater it than overwater it. Okay, that definitely sweetened it up a little bit, so it definitely opened up a little more. Oh, that rose petal finish is absolutely exquisite. This is definitely a little more on the bitter side as far as flavor profile is concerned, but I'm not necessarily mad about that. If I had more absinthe sugar in my home, I would definitely want to see how this works with sugar, but honestly, I'm really happy with it as is. Adding a little bit more water to it did sweeten it up a little bit, and oh my god, that is the most like lingering mouthfeel I've ever had in my life. So for flavor, I am going to give that 5 stars. That's incredible. It is an absinthe experience. I swear to God, I feel like I am walking on the beach with a glass of absinthe with like a giant rose garden nearby. It is incredible. And I have said this pretty often since I moved closer to the Seattle area within the last couple of years, but when I say that the sea called me home, it did. I feel like I belong here. Also, fun fact about me is I'm pretty sure that I inherited the lowlander gene from my mom. So my mom's ancestors came from like modern day Cancun in Mexico, and my dad's ancestors came from like northern Mexico as well as like modern day Mexico City. And so modern day Mexico City, it has a very high elevation. My dad is almost 80 years old, and obviously my brother's a few years older than me. He and my dad are able to go on hikes without getting winded, but my mom, who's in fairly good shape for her age, actually like does get winded whenever she goes on hikes that are a high elevation, and I think it's because she has the lowlander gene, and I can't tell you how much better I have felt since moving closer to sea level. It's made a huge difference. I have a lot of health issues, don't judge me, man. But this is incredible. Oh my god. Oh, that is so nice. So yeah, you get the Holy Trinity, and then you get the fresh sea air, and then you get the rose petals. It's so good. Oh, so yes, flavor 5 stars. Absolutely. The very rare 5 stars. So I think it's fair to say this is gonna go in my top 5. I will say this feels a little bit more like fennel forward, and it's a little bit backed off on the anise, so I think my husband might like it because of that. Ooh, God, that's so good. And then for mouthfeel, I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste for mouthfeel, kind of really evaluating it. I'm really glad I got this giant glass. It gives me more chances to like really experience what's happening here. Very silky mouthfeel. It almost feels like sea foam. Wow. Yeah, I'm really loving what's happening here. It is so good. So at this point, I am going to summon my husband to come over and try this and see what he thinks. Hey, Kenny! Okay, so here is Il Fiori del Mare.
Okay. It smells like absinthe, yes. Very, very absinthe, yes. Well, it's very light.
Uh-huh.
I get a little bit of the tongue tingle, but it is not a really strong blast of flavor to me.
Which you like?
Yeah, it's lighter. That's good. Mm-hmm. That's good for me since, as everyone here knows, absinthe is not my friend. Second sip's a little stronger, but I think that's just because of the fact that like I already have the flavors on my tongue. You're kind of like
layering it on.
Yeah, I'm layering it there. That's a very, very passable absinthe for me.
Passable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would drink that.
Okay, you like it.
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but like, when it's time to have absinthe with you, that's when I drink. Okay.
Are you getting any of the rose petals? Because that definitely comes in like late in the finish.
No, but to be fair, I don't really eat rose petals, so I'm not too familiar with their taste. I had a rose bush and everything, but I wasn't munching on it. Well, I wasn't just munching on the flowers, so, rose petal flavor is not something I'm too familiar with. But,
you had Turkish Delight with me that one time.
Yeah, I didn't really like those, though. It's so powdery. I hate all that powder on my fingers. Ugh. That's right, Precious. That's right, Precious. She's coming in here. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, Mom. Oh, she's so cute.
Precious, you want to go say hi to your mom?
Come here, honey. She's coming. Come here, honey. Mom. Come on. Come on, baby
She's
cakes.
like, I don't want to be on camera.
Yes, you do. Don't you know, Precious? You're a very photogenic kitty. The public loves you.
So I'm just going to rub on your feet.
Oh, there's a baby cat. I think she seems to know when the good absinthes are being featured.
No, I think she's still just trying to get me to give her wet food. Because that's what she's been trying to do for hours now.
Yeah. Well, I rated this 5 stars on my scale.
Okay, well, that's good, I guess. That sounds like a good absinthe then.
Well, as far as flavor is concerned, and louch and mouthfeel and aroma, definitely like 5 stars for those guys, which is like, this makes this one of my most highly rated absinthes that I have of all that I've reviewed.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Okay, he likes it.
Yeah.
That's Kenny code for he likes it.
Oh, Precious, you look so silly.
She looks silly.
Her eyes are like partially closed. And she's oh.
She knows how cute she is.
And maybe not a flattering angle at the moment, for her, but she's like, okay, I'm going to run away now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in and contributing to the discussion.
Precious, I know. You want wet food. You're not getting it. Well, in that case, I have no excuse. I guess I'll give you some wet food.
Yeah.
It'll shut you up, Precious.
Thank you, honey. Appreciate it.
Yep, love you.
Love you too.
Precious,
all right, so
get caught in the door. Come on, move, girl.
So Kenny says this is a passable absinthe, so if Kenny likes it, then I think it's possible that someone who's new to absinthe would like this as well. So it's very light, very easygoing, it's not like right in your face, and I always forget to do this, I'm so sorry, but the alcohol content on this is 65%. So it's kind of on the middle, higher side of how strong it is. But, oh my god, this is so good. I'm so happy with this. I think I may go so far as to say this is my second favorite absinthe that I have ever had. Because my absolute favorite absinthe, as you guys know, is Jade Terminus Oxygene. And that is like my dream absinthe for like the standard of what a traditional absinthe should look like and taste like and feel like. But this is like a fantasy come true. Like, this is a glass of my happy place. So that's why it's gonna earn a spot as number 2. Wow. So I'm really, really excited about this absinthe. I really hope that more people get the opportunity to try it. It's incredible. I feel like, as far as cocktails are concerned, I would love to see how this works in a necromancer. And I would love to see how this works in like a modified version of an obituary cocktail. So an obituary cocktail is essentially like a dry martini, but you take half of the amount of vermouth and replace it with some absinthe. And then like garnish it with a rose petal. Are you kidding me? And then have that with like oysters. I'm sorry, you cannot have oysters without a good martini, okay? And I think this would be the perfect accompaniment to having raw oysters. Incredible. This is definitely one you want to sip on slowly because of how delicious it is. I love it. I seriously love it. This is, again, one of my top-rated absinthes that I have in the entire playlist I have of absinthe reviews. So, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And this was an incredible absinthe experience. I will definitely finish this off camera so I can actually properly like enjoy it without the pressure of being on camera. I really, really like it. Oh my god, that is something else. This is my happy place in a glass. Wow, that's amazing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will leave a link for the information for Fiori del Mare in the description below so that you can go check it out for yourself. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos on absinthe, the goth subculture, gothic literature, music, opera, all that good stuff. You know what you're here for. And thank you so much to my patrons for your support every single month. I really, really appreciate it. I cannot do what I do without you guys. And to everyone, you're amazing. I love you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!